Greetings, fellow hostages. Captain Black, your urban safetyist. Today's topic, Black versus Blue, ? We're going to explore the volatile issue of police-community relations, which of course is a code word for how Negroes and cops get along with each other, or sadly, don't get along. I am going to dedicate this particular episode to Brother Al Mims, New Orleans #1 crime fighter, and Susan Hutson, our independent police monitor. Between these two voices, one very conservative on public safety, another very progressive on police reform, I think lies a solution. A solution for a community that, quite frankly, does not trust the institution of law enforcement. Brother Al is a retired civil deputy sheriff for Orleans Parish. He's also a former state parole board member. He routinely speaks out in support of law enforcement, even after having suffered at the hands of some less than honorable police officers. Susan Hutson is the #1 police reform advocate in our city. Her Office of Independent Police Monitor has played instrumentally in attempting to guide the New Orleans Police Department, currently chafing under a federal consent decree, toward more constitutional practice. Both of them unquestionably believe in the system. Both of them support the police, each in his or her various way, and both of them also feel that there are legitimate grievances in the black community. Brother Al grieves for the murder of police in Dallas, in Baton Rouge, and anywhere else in America. Ms. Hutson is on record as stating that her office is a resource not only for complaints against police, but also for commendations and for training that allow them to do their job more safely and effectively. We have advocates who are calling for the abolition of police. Recently, on a talk radio show in this area, one proponent said that it was all right to kill police. In a community with our disproportionate violence, if we are not willing to walk the streets ourselves, discipline ourselves, counsel ourselves, mentor ourselves out of this violence, then police have to play a necessary role. Brothers and badges together is what I call this necessary role, where urban stakeholders and urban cops meet in the middle. Black versus blue is not inevitable. We can change that dynamic if we choose to. Brother Al has stated, and I agree, that the same way we hold up our camera phones to document potential wrongdoing on the part of police, it's the same way we can deploy our camera phones to catch police doing something good, and also to self-police ourselves, to tell brothers who are about to fight or who are about to escalate into some type of critical incident where someone may be injured or killed, that the encounter will be documented and forwarded to the police. So much of this process depends on our posture. That's why the Office of Independent Police Monitor actively engages community stakeholders who frankly no other government office even talks to. Between Brother Al and the Office of Independent Police Monitor, you have touchstones for voices that are nominally unheard to get some redress. Brother Al represents black police supporters who don't support wrongdoing, but do support the institution of policing. The Independent Police Monitor represents reform, not recrimination. It is not an anti-police entity, as critics have charged. It was created by the citizens of New Orleans, incidentally, to try to bring some parity between a population feeling alienated from its police department and that department itself. Black versus blue does not have to be our destiny. We don't have to be driven to political homicide in order to see reform. But we do, as Brother Al always states, have to demand far more personal responsibility in how we act when we encounter police officers. Conversely, far more public accountability embodied in the Office of Police Independent Police Monitor has to be a part of the landscape too. The New Orleans Police Department, an institution I support, but the support is chastened by an utter lack of confidence in its Public Integrity Bureau, an internal affairs operation that seems more suited to dissuading black complainants and sweeping complaints under the rug than serving as an impartial collector of facts about alleged police wrongdoing. Black versus blue will be the epitaph for the 21st century if we're not careful. Black versus blue does not have to be our destiny if we look at the examples of Brother Al Mims, New Orleans #1 crime fighter, and independent police monitor Susan Hutson. We see the combination of personal responsibility and public accountability that I think will lead to real and lasting change. Because in the war between black people and police, nobody wins, which is why I keep repeating, black versus blue does not have to be our destiny.